Welcome. I was not planning on hosting tonight. Jana was going to host tonight because I knew I would be in the car. You guys have probably all seen a Facebook post at this point. Jana's husband, they were in Scottsdale for Plexus Star training, Diamond Star training. So Jana is what they call a 3-star diamond, which is pretty awesome, you guys. And so she got to go to Scottsdale and get some amazing training there at corporate. And while they were there, my brother-in-law, Jana's husband, Steve, started getting really sick. And for Steve to say that something is painful, y'all, it's painful. He's a police officer. Those of you that know him, you know what I'm talking about. He is one tough dude. And he went hunting in Alaska a few months ago, about a year ago, tore his ACL. ACL, is that right? Like the third day they were there on like a Did I just get kicked out on my other?
Yeah, there you are.
I did. Can you guys hear me on this one? Okay, so like I was saying, I was not planning on seeing this tonight. While they were there, Steve got sick. Steve's incredibly tough, like I was saying. So for him to not feel well was a big deal. So they ended up in an ambulance going to the hospital. Long story, a little bit shorter. He ended up with terrible appendicitis. His appendix had ruptured. The doctor said it was the worst appendicitis that she had ever seen, which is pretty crazy. So he is still there. They are still there in Scottsdale. And I want you guys to know, Plexus is doing an incredible job helping my sister, just with details, with things that she needs done. People are calling them to check on them. One of our amazing diamonds, I don't think she'll mind me telling you guys this, Jen Hawkins, she's still there. She ran by today to see Jana and give her a Drybar gift card. You guys, like, that's the heart of our company, is to help one another. It really is. And so I just realized I kind of look like I'm in witness protection. So I apologize for that as I'm driving down the road here in the shadows. But so you guys, thank you so much for praying for Steve. We as a family greatly appreciate it. I know Jana appreciates it. She has told me multiple times, Amber, it got really scary for a while. And so your prayers were heard, they were answered. This Why do I do this? Why am I such an emotional weirdo? This team and your prayers, you have pulled our family through so many times before, and we just say thank you once again. So we are honored tonight to have our brand new, I say brand new, it's sort of brand new, I guess, CEO Gene Tips with us. I've had the pleasure of meeting Gene. I don't even know if he remembers that we were in Hawaii. We just ran into each other and ended up talking for 10 or 15 minutes. And he's one of those people that when you start talking with them, you just instantly are put at ease, and you instantly know, okay, he's the real deal. When you talk to him about Plexus, you can tell he loves this company. It makes a lot of sense, knowing Tarl and Alec for 9.5 years, that they would choose him, because he really is the heart of Plexus. So Gene, I want you to know, I was reading your bio earlier, and I thought of all these amazing things to tell everyone as I introduced you. But I want them to know one thing about you, because I think they'll resonate with this. When we were in Hawaii, I remember our first introduction to you was you on stage honoring your wife. And I just thought, that is awesome. That is the heart of Plexus, family first. And that really resonated with me. And I absolutely love that. So Gene, I'm going to turn this over now to Sunday Anderson. Where's she at? There she is. Sunday, I'm going to turn this over to you. I believe Sunday has some questions for you. And we just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for everything you guys have done for Jan and Steve this weekend. And also thank you so much just for being on this call and for taking the time to pour into our team. We truly appreciate it. Go ahead, Sunday.
I'm excited. So
we are excited that you're on. And Amber, thanks so much for getting all this together while you're traveling. I know it's hard while you're in the car.
Does Sunday sound like a robot to everybody else? Okay, just me.
Y'all let me know. Somebody start waving at me. I'm trying to see who's writing. I've got all the little videos up. So if I start sounding really weird, Julie King, you're right in the middle. So if I start sounding really weird, just kind of like do like this, and I'll know to stop what I'm doing and kind of watch you to see what's going on. Amber, thank you so much for coordinating this. And Jean, we're so excited to have you on. And I have actually been on several calls that you have been on. So I'm so excited for this part of my team to actually get to hear you and hear your heart and how genuine and authentic you are. And I'm just so excited that Plexus has you in leadership with us at the company, and how Tarl and Alec really value you. And so I want to make sure they know that comes through to the team, because I appreciate all the things that you're putting in place and all the things that you've done, and that I'm excited to have you on the call. We have some questions for you. I want you to know that some of these questions have come from us, Jules. We have Jules on the call here, but they're also from some of the regular people, regular brand ambassadors on the team. They want to know and they want to hear from you. So thank you so much. I promise we won't keep you long because we value your time. I see that you're still at the office, it looks like. And so we'll make sure this is quick so you can get home to your family. Okay, first question. And Jean, I didn't add any surprises. So what I sent you is, I'm not going to like trick you into anything in here.
you're okay. I don't mind.
Okay. First question is, and I'm going to look this way because I've got it typed up. So if y'all see my eyes moving away from the camera, it's because I have it typed up in front of me. Is you probably could have gone to just about any major company. What made you come to Plexus? What was it about Plexus?
Oh, that's a great question. Before I answer that, though, I just want to kind of echo some of the comments earlier, just in regards to Jana and Steve, and just the rallying of our community behind them, and all the thoughts and prayers for them over the weekend. And I was in contact with Jana along with some of our corporate staff, and we had that event here in Phoenix Thursday night, Friday, and it was it's just crazy how that happens. Like, I shook Steve's hand, and everybody kind of knows Steve, big strapping man, tall, strong, and all of a sudden I get this message that he's been rushed to the emergency room and had this appendicitis. And it was just, again, for me, and it kind of goes to answering this question of, how amazing our community is, and what people were willing to do to make sure that, they were taken care of. And so very blessed to be a part of the community with all of you guys. So I wanted to put that out there, because it's just not normal in our industry, with other companies. I've, been around the block, I guess you could say, for going on 24, 25 years, and kind of seen lots of different things. I call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I found the great with Plexus, and the reason why, I was taking a break from the industry for a little while, helping a friend kind of fix his company. And I got a call from recruiter, us corporate folks. That's what happens. You get these phone calls or emails from recruiters, and you don't really read too much into it, but you always say yes. Hey, I want to have a chat, see what you got going on. And long story short, finally got the opportunity to come down to Scottsdale. So I'm an import into Arizona, and met with Tarl and Alec. And I think it was interesting for them, because at the end of the day, I got asked, are you interviewing us, or are we interviewing you? And I said, both. It's a big, big deal. Especially kind of where I've come in the industry and seen things happen over the years. I was really looking for my last home. with my career within the industry, because it was going to be a big deal for me to move my family and 3 young kids. One of them was going into high school, or sorry, one was going just starting high school. One was a senior in high school. So I would have moved her during her senior year. As you can imagine, being in our community where we came from for a decade, and her growing up and pulling them all out of that and moving down to Arizona. So I just wanted to make sure, hey, this is what I think it is. And from the moment I talked to Tarl and Alec, and the whole work-life balance, and I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of this over the years, just how important it is to have a balance in life. And the leadership from Tarl and Alec was just, just amazing from day one, where I think you guys have probably heard Alec, we want employees to go home to their families at night and on the weekends. And, if you don't have a family, then get a hobby, because you gotta have some sort of balance in your life. And that was different for me. And, for Tarl to kind of go through, his key beliefs and his whys on, why he was building this business, the legacy business, and really, wanting a generational business. You don't really hear that from founders or CEOs very often. And so it was very different having that first interaction with Tarl and Alec. And, the other piece of it was when they described to me about, we're going to do what's in the best interest of our ambassadors and the best interest of our employees. And if those things don't align, then we're probably going to throw it in the trash and start over again. And you really don't hear that either. And so fast forward, all the other things that the company really represented, from the work-life balance to really caring about people. I'm sure you guys have heard the whole from Alec as well, right? That people are not just ID numbers. There's a life and a story behind every single person and who they are, that join our community. And they truly believe that. And that aligned with my core values. And long story short, I accepted an opportunity to come down, and it was very interesting going from what I was used to the culture that we have here at Plexus, where probably for the first 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, I thought, boy, these guys don't like me. I'm not getting any text messages. I'm not getting emails over the weekend. And I was used to going 24/7, operating against multiple time zones around the world with different markets. And I thought, boy, what's going on here? And really what it came down to was they practiced what they preached. Tarl and Alec had always said, if the building's not burning down and we're paying commissions and shipping product, then the work will probably be here tomorrow or on Monday. Granted, there's times in the business or seasons of the business that we have to work extra hours and things like that, but they didn't want that to be the norm. They wanted people to have a work-life balance. And that's exactly what it was. And I can remember probably to this day being contacted by Tarl on a weekend, man, maybe once a year, maybe, because it just wasn't that hair on fire important that he wanted to interrupt family time over the weekend. And that's really, for me, what, really attracted me to Plexus, because it's just not the norm. All around, this business is all about relationships. It's all about people, and not just internally in the building, but externally out in the field, with our ambassadors and customers. And so, that's something that I'm very proud of, carrying that legacy forward and that culture forward, and that's what makes us special. That's our people and our community.
Wow. Are y'all hearing this? I love that our company does this and that they practice what they preach. And I love this. Thank you. Next question is, how has the Plexus products helped you?
Oh, great question. I got to be careful here, because I take a lot of the products. I like to exercise. So probably one of my favorite products is Active. If I was being 100% honest and transparent, although I love the Pink Drink, ProBio 5. And I think that I don't see anybody on compliance on this call, so yeah, a lot of the ease. I love ease. I have played a lot of sports in my old age and have dislocated shoulders, knees, those types of things. So I have some pain in those joints, and the ease has really helped that out tremendously. But I think the biggest one for me is my daughter. I gotta be careful here. I'll pull the tears. So my daughter, my youngest daughter anyway, has anxiety and has at one point had severe anxiety and was on medication for that. And again, there's nobody here from compliance, hopefully. But and by the way, I'll deny it even if this call's I know it's being recorded, so don't get me in trouble. Was taking a lot of medication. She was gaining weight. We got her to start taking Vital Biome consistently. And over, even a short period, she has come a long way, even to the point where I remember taking her, she loves to do different theater arts, right? Plays and things like that. And I remember picking her up from some of the practices, and she's not very talkative because of her anxiety. And all of a sudden one night she just starts talking to me, and I'm like, what's going on here? Usually I have to drag things out of her, and she was just kind of a chatty Cathy doing her thing. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I'm like, what was so great about today? And she said nothing. It was just kind of a normal day. And I have to pick her up 4 times a week from these play practices, and every day she just was kind of chatting away. And for a while there, I couldn't figure it out. And then after going back, it was really because of taking Vital Biome on our products. So, it's personal side for sure, with products that have helped my family 100%.
I love that. And I love that y'all are authentic and taking the products as well. It's not like you just sell it and you don't expect to take it. So I love that.
What else is also amazing? Our products are 100% science-backed, substantiated, right? Not a lot of companies can say that. They kind of say that, but we have product dossiers that are probably about this thick with everything on every single ingredient, all of our what we call MSDS sheets, all of the testing, just you name it. It's just wonderful to be a part of a company that values that.
Wow. Yes. I love that. Yeah, and all those products. I mean, I'm with you on all of them, on the active and ease. And I mean, we love all the products. And I'm similar story with you with your daughter. My son is same thing. We keep that in stock, and I'm with you on that. I've got story to tell there too. Okay, so well, now that you talked about the products, which one's your favorite? Like, which one is, if you were running late or you got to the end of the day, you're like, oh, I missed this one product. What is the one product that you're going to take with you?
Ease all day long.
I get it. And the older you get in the sports and stuff. Yes.
Yep. 100%.
Okay. So can you tell us about what areas of Plexus is heading for the product focus? Like where are y'all headed in that? Is it, I mean, there's so many categories that are out there. There's you've got men's health, you've got gut health, we've got, I mean, all different kinds, stress, relief, sleep, all the kind of things. Where are y'all kind of heading next?
Sure, it's a great question. And I can't give you specifics. Can't let the cat out of the bag too early, but you've heard us kind of talk about this refocus on gut health, right? Our company was founded on that, saw the most success with that, and we've been the absolute industry leader on gut health. To further that, the entire science and research that's being done, that has been done, it's continually being done, and it comes out more every single day, is the microbiome, right? And that's not just the internal microbiome, that's your external microbiome, your skin microbiome. A lot of things between the gut-brain axis, looking at a lot of opportunities there that will span across many demographics, whether it's male, female, older, younger, the millennial, you name it. But we need to continue to own this space and really drive this home as a company, that we own the microbiome story. There are so many other companies right now. I could tell you a couple different startups that they are trying to position themselves as the microbiome company in our space and outside of our space. But something that we've been working on, pretty heavily as of late with Michael and the teams driving that home is we are the gut health and microbiome company.
I love that. And we are. I love that the fact that when people, even amongst my friends that don't take Plexus, they know when it comes to gut health, they'll ask me a question about it because they know that Plexus is the gut health.
Yeah, I literally walked into my gym. I think it was sometime in December, might have been January. I think it was January. It's when everybody comes back and the place is packed and you're like, what happened? Where are all these people last month? But I walked in, and as I walked past, there was this banner, and this stand-up banner was sitting in the corner, and it said, ask me about gut health, and asked me about, it went into all kinds of stuff that they shouldn't be talking about, and had a little smart barcode there and to scan that and send you information. It had nothing to do with direct sales or network marketing, but I was like, no, we own that space. I took a picture of that thing and sent that to Michael, and I'm like, see, we got to get on this. So we're marching down that path.
I love it. I love it. Where do you see, this is a broad stroke, but where do you see Plexus in 5 years?
Well, that's a great question. I think obviously we have a lot of work to do still here in the US. We have a lot of work to do in the international markets that we're opening today. But in the next 5 years, we really should be opening up our community cross-border internationally into new international markets to give you guys opportunities that you probably never really thought about or dreamed of. This business gets, I guess the easiest way I could describe it is gets even more exciting when we're really firing on all cylinders, and the opportunity for us with a seamless compensation plan to develop new markets, which basically means that we get to onboard more people into our community, expect new relationships, new cultures, new ways of doing business, but ultimately it really continues to drive us home from, building a legacy business cross-border around the world. That's when this business gets really fun.
Well, I know business-wise, it's y'all see international. Our team is made up. We have a huge team, and you probably already know this because you know kind of where we all are. With my dad being a pastor for 50 years and Jana and Amber's dad being an evangelist. And we have people on our team that have children that were missionaries, and we have a huge religious kind of team. And speaking of missionaries, we've got people like around the world that would love to take our products that we all know. So I know that once y'all get it going on that aspect, I know personally, I have missionary friends that want to order and want to take the products, but they're in a country that maybe it's banned right now, or it's not open to it right now. So I'm looking forward to it going more international and opening up those doors. I'm excited.
Yeah, there's huge opportunity. And I always get asked what's the next international market? What are we working on? And just being fully transparent, because I think this is something that probably be really good for you guys to hear, is that we have a long-term vision for Plexus, but we also have a short-term vision for Plexus. And before we can go into more international markets or pour more fuel on the fire in the markets that we're already in, I'm the guy that's really transparent. There's some things that we don't do so well that we've got to focus on here at corporate going forward. And we're laser focused on this going into convention. And what I mean by that is, the company's grown incredibly over the years, right? Just amazing growth. And when that happens, people win, and then there's a lot of opportunity there. But at the same time, when the company's growing at that rate, company has a hard time going back and really still working on some of the foundational issues, or I call them basics, right? You may have heard me talk about this on calls or different webinars or Jewel call about being brilliant at the basics. And we need to be brilliant at the basics at every single touch point that we have with our ambassadors and customers, and whether that's customer service, whether that's the way we communicate through email, whether that's how we give you guys the tools from a product training standpoint, positioning standpoint. We really have to do a better job in a lot of these areas, up and including, I call it the ambassador customer journey. And that's not just after you push the join button. That's like post enrollment or post join, right? What are we communicating to people? Why are we communicating? How many communications are we sending? Are we sending the right message? Are we training people? I'll give you a specific example, new VIPs. Are we teaching them to actually use their link and how they can get their products for free? How they have an opportunity to join the brand ambassador community and what that might mean to them. All of those things, even down to, and some of you have probably heard me say this before, even down to the patented mailers that show up on the doorstep that's really dirty and crinkled up, and it's not like that when it leaves our warehouse. But in this day and age of customer centric, when those things show up on the doorstep, I don't feel like that represents who we are as a company. I don't feel that represents who we are as a community. It's all done with good intent, but the experience is not so great. So when it gets there and you open it up and there's a pack slip that's jammed down in the bag and it's all crinkled up and the products are all kind of jumbled up in the bottom of the bag, that's what I mean by not being brilliant at the basics. And so we right now with our sales and marketing groups are going through this entire journey to really dial this in so that the experience of it all, whether you come in as a VIP customer or you're a brand ambassador, that the experience is really important, especially nowadays with we're all customers, right? Everybody, I'm sure on this call, buys stuff from Amazon or something online, right? People expect the process to be easy, friction-free, right? They expect when that package shows up on the doorstep that it's a wonderful experience. And those are a lot of the things that we're working on right now from a short-term vision to really, really dial in this ambassador and customer experience before we set our sights on world domination. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, just to let you know, we know, and I know, and we're working on it.
I love that. I know that I've been with the company now 9.5 years, and it's come a long way. So it's to me, it's gotten great. I can't wait to see, what the future holds though for your vision to take place. Okay. So what's the top selling product that we have right now?
ProBio 5.
ProBio 5. I can see that being gut health. I can totally see that. And we don't miss a day at our house. What about the top selling combo?
Triplex.
Triplex.
By the way, the highest retention rate on subscription of all combos, Triplex.
Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome.
I
don't
know.
know.
What I started with.
All right. Hold on. That kind of threw me off for a second. Amber, are you muting people? So I don't know if you can tell us this, but I'm curious, as we grow through the years and stuff, like how many current brand ambassadors and VIPs do we have? How many, can you tell us that, or is that top secret?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily top secret. I would say we're right now in the process of, and for those that have been with the company for quite some time, this will make a lot of sense. before we made a change back in fourth quarter 2021, where we moved to the VIP enrollment. We had a lot of people joining the business as what we would call a wholesale ambassador, that were in the wrong bucket, so to speak. You know, that was the whole thing between trying to get these people in the right bucket. Well, fast forward now with all these VIP enrollments, on top of, we're still in the process of, I'm gonna be careful how I describe this, but we're in the middle of still moving some of these people from the wrong bucket into the right bucket. And that's actually what the last piece that we're waiting for to update the annual income disclosure statement. There's been a lot of folks been waiting for an updated income disclosure statement, because once we move and finally get we call the last little cohort over into the right bucket, that will actually help increase the income disclosure statement. So right now, I can tell you from a brand ambassador standpoint, what's actually in the system is in the 7 figures, but they may not necessarily all be in the right bucket. So
Wow.
we're working on it.
Well, I love that y'all did that, because y'all kind of stay on track of following the government on what they really are what they look for, as far as those other companies who the government maybe has gone after. And I love the fact that y'all stay on top and make sure we are in the clear, and that we are doing business above board. And I love the fact, because when we first joined, you had the retail or the brand ambassador, and everybody, and then you had the customer, but everybody preferred customer, and everybody kind of did the brand ambassador because it was cheaper. It was, but they weren't going to sell it. So I love the fact that y'all have separated those into the buckets to make it very clear. I love that. And
I literally have you can't really see this, the new pretty income disclosure statement ready to go. It's got little yellow marks on it there, just waiting for the numbers to be plugged in.
I love that. Love it.
Oh.
Okay, let me back over to my little question sheet over here. Okay, so most of the people on this call tonight, I'm gonna guess 95% of the people on this call, these are our workers on our team. These are the people that they're on these Monday night calls. They are actively sharing Plexus with their friends. They have teams. These are our workers. And I'm going to guess that almost everybody on the call is going to convention. Like, there's no need to like sell them on going to convention, because these people on this call are going to be they're going to be at convention. But they have teams. How do they, what's something a tip that you could give them to help them encourage their team to come and join them at convention as well?
Totally. So I think that, we kind of right on the top of the call, immediately got into the conversation about our community, right? And convention is one of those opportunities for people that have never really come to a Plexus event or really got involved with our community, have an amazing opportunity to plug in. And there is nothing like being at convention, being with like-minded people, networking, having the ability to really, everybody has different ways of doing the business, or they have different whys. They have different, product testimonies, they have different challenges. And what's awesome about our events is that we give people the opportunity, especially the one coming up in Nashville, where we will have very specific breakout sections outside of the main events to help people really plug in and find things that are really going to help them build their business. And I'm not allowed to share all of those just yet. We're putting all those together in a nice little communication, along with all the keynotes and some of the fun entertainment that will be there. I'll just say that. But yeah, it's a huge opportunity to really plug in. And the other thing is, especially for those that are, trying to work a business, people that come to events, specifically convention, and it's been proven time and time again through the numbers, through the data, right? This is not anecdotal, that people that come to convention rank advance faster. Their teams grow faster. They have better retention on their teams. They gain leader traits that they share and duplicate amongst their teams. One of the things within our industry is really about find, train, and develop leaders at all levels, because it's different, right? When you're in the jewel ranks, that looks a little bit different of what your leadership role looks like, as opposed to if you're a senior Ruby or you're a gold, or even when you're a silver ambassador, right? The income generating activities are different at each one of those levels, and the leadership qualities and the leadership is different in all of those levels. And so it's an opportunity to come and really, expand those leadership qualities and to really network with people that may be having, some of the same challenges that they have, and share ideas. And I think that's the other great thing about our community too, is that it's very unique that you will see, if you are, I guess, one of those that will put yourself out there on social media, so to speak, with a challenge that you might be having or struggling with and growing your business or your team, that we have people that will put something out there saying, hey, I need a little help with this. And all of a sudden people jump in and they want to help, and they want to give suggestions, and not just within the same team, cross line, people do it, right? That's not normal. Like, we don't have what I would consider kind of the normal within our community, or within the network, or within the ranks. Usually it's kind of the scarcity mentality, right? I'm not going to share with you what's winning for me over here, because I'm competing with you. Where here we have a abundance mentality, right? Where we really understand that if someone else wins, they win, that Plexus wins, that we all win together. And so again, just another great opportunity to come to convention and experience that, especially for those that have never done it. And sometimes it can be a leap. I know sometimes it's hard, just from a financial standpoint to get the time, pay for a ticket, hotel rooms, those types of things. But it is definitely worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all don't forget, there's a post that says about sharing rooms. If y'all are looking to go and you want to save money, it's always helpful when you can buddy up and share rooms. That'll help with the cost. But so look for that post. That's all the questions I have. I love all of this, and you're right about our community. I love that we always share, and it doesn't matter which team you're on. It doesn't matter. At every Plexus event I've been to, whether it be the Diamond destination or convention or whatever it is, when people are sitting around talking and, I'm struggling with this with my team, and they all give advice and help, and it doesn't matter that they're on a different team. I love that everybody wants everybody to succeed. And I love that with our company. So that's all my questions. Amber or anybody else, if y'all have a question, Gene said at the beginning that he was open to answering some questions. I don't want to keep him all night. I want to value his time that he has been willing to give to us. So I want to look real quick. Terry Paxton says, I feel like there's a story behind the VW bug bus pick on your background.
Yes, there is.
Okay, we need to know.
About this one up here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you guys probably have seen some of this. So I love restoring classic cars, and I'm kind of partial to Volkswagens. And so I have a 1967 1-year only VW bus that I restored. And a friend of mine, he goes to Disneyland every year with his kids. And he was out at Disneyland, and the artist that did a lot of the illustrations for the movie Cars was there. And as a present, he was telling about this VW bus, showed him a picture, and the artist literally drew the bus, signed his name, and then they actually have a stamp of authenticity that they use out there, where I don't know how to, it's either, I think it's called a deboss. It's like one of these metal stamps, and they deboss the
Yeah.
print, like imprint, to show the authenticity. And so it was a good friend of mine who was very thoughtful and brought me a gift back.
Super cool. Thanks for sharing that. That's good.
Anybody else? Amber, do you want to?
I saw flavors, hang on, kids microbiome, grandkids. Yes, we are looking at different opportunities there always.
Anybody else?
Anything?
Y'all
Hey.
are very quiet. Okay, wait, who else?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I was having technical difficulties. Shocking, since we're driving down the interstate. Jean, thank you so much. I loved just getting to know who you are a little bit, getting to hear your heart, getting to hear some of your vision for our company. And I know I've been getting text messages from other people saying the exact same thing. So we just really, really appreciate your time. You guys, we just asked and he said yes. So thank you so much for doing this. We truly appreciate it.
You bet. Our business is all about this right here, all of you. So
And listen, you can tell us anything. We will keep, mum's the word. We will keep all the secrets.
It goes in the vault.
oh yeah,
We'll keep
Oh,
them.
yeah.
I promise. I promise. Cross my heart.
I am the new guy, but I'm not falling for that.
Yeah.
But probably a wise answer. Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Thank
Too
you
funny.
so much. I really appreciate it.
you bet. Absolutely. I love to do it. And I wish Jana was here with us, but obviously she's taking care of her man. And I hear that he's already wanting to leave as fast as possible and go home.
Yeah,
Such
he's
a
doing
guy's guy, isn't he?
everything possible.
Yep.
I meant to give a bit of an update. My parents are there with them. And Steve's doing well. So just pray that there's no further complications and they should be able to come home sometime this week. So,
Yeah.
but again, Jean, we appreciate everything that Flexus did for them. It didn't surprise me one bit when Jana told me just how everyone was stepping in to help out. But it sure meant a lot when your family's, a few hundred miles away and you can't be there. It sure means a lot knowing that other people are there. So from a family perspective, I just want to say thank you. And from a team perspective, we also say thank you. So
One plexus.
Yes. Well, and
Well,
Jean, you are welcome to stay on. We, at the end of the calls on Monday nights, we give away prizes. And we have what's called the after party after the thing. So you're willing to stay on and hang out with us. Or if you want to hop to your family, we totally understand as well.
Yeah, it's about almost 7:30 here, so I got about a half-hour drive home. So I'll probably take off, but I did see a hint with convention entertainment. Yeah. She is gonna be awesome. Just leave it at
There's
that.
your hint.
And just remember, we're in Asheville, so.
yeah,
That's
I'm assuming we'll
awesome.
be able to wear our cowboy boots to her concert. So there's also that. So,
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna have a lot of fun.
That's
That's
awesome. Thanks,
Okay.
Jean.
Well, have fun. Take care.
Thank you.
Be at convention.
And all the diamonds get to meet her too, right?
We actually have whoa, now I'm really gonna let it out. I
I'm
think we
teasing.
do have we're working on this. Do not quote me on this, but we may actually run a little contest to do a little bit of a meet and greet. Can't be all the diamonds, but there's an opportunity. Let's just say that.
That
Yes.
would be awesome. Awesome.
All right, you
Thank
guys have a great night.
You too.
See ya.
Well, guys, that was awesome, wasn't it?
he might like keep letting stuff slip a little bit. So I wanted to just.
So wait, what are y'all's guesses? The big hint was a sheep. I'm waiting for some. Oh, Lainey Wilson. Oh, my kid. My kid would freak out. My Cole just loves her.
Carrie Underwood.
Reba, Carrie. Carrie doesn't live in
No,
Nashville, though,
I
does she?
will lose my mind. If it's Reba McEntire, I will lose my mind. Y'all just watch me. I will lose my mind.
That might be worth it right there. To
Oh,
watch
she's
Amber.
so
I'm voting for
bad.
Reba now. I want to watch Amber lose her mind.
Amber,
Oh,
Amber, guess what?
yeah,
Guess what?
yeah.
Yeah, our kids gave us
What?
for Christmas, Reba tickets in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. She's amazing. And she still looks like she's 45. Anyways, we should probably give away some prizes. All y'all that don't
We
like
know that's
country,
why you're hanging on for the prizes. Okay,
all the
so
ones that don't like country music are ready to get to bed. So anyways.
all right, so I looked at the tracker post before the call. Do I need to check it again? Are we good with the some of y'all are shaking your head? Yes, let me do that real quick.
Okay.
What, Amber, did you say something? I didn't know if you said anything. Oh,
No.
it's the same number, nobody, okay. So I know this is gonna come as a big shock to everybody, but there's usually two names that are at the top for the top prizes for the weekly tracker. Any guesses on who the two names were? Look, they're both like, who is it? Which one of us? They should already know because it's already listed on there.
They're both trying to look like super humble right now. Like they don't know who you're talking about.
Sue got it. Sue got it right. Okay, it's Karen and Amber, and this week Amber had 1,600. Amber, am I right on that? And Karen had 1,820. I
Dang,
still am just
y'all.
flabbergasted at both of y'all how we went weeks without anybody even hitting 1,000, and then now you're like, I can do this every week. Y'all just let me do it. So
Okay, wait, I have a challenge.
okay.
Someone is gonna dethrone Amber and Karen. Who's it gonna be? And are Amber and Karen gonna allow it to happen?
Well, by
next
the way,
time
we
on
had
Monday
two.
Night Live?
We had two that were close to them. Okay, Jessica had 1,505. Is she on the call tonight?
Yeah, Jessica Bingham is killing it right now. I'm
And
so proud
Lynn
of
had
her.
1,150. Lynn, I'm saying your name. You had 1,150. Look at her.
I'm over it.
You're over it.
That's amazing.
Y'all are just absolutely killing it. Okay, so Karen, you get the $25 for the top prize. Okay, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put star here by your name. And then the random draw, the random person that won for that, for the tracker sheet was Candace Page. Is she on the call tonight?
I don't
Yes,
think so.
ma'am. Thank you.
There you are. Okay. So Candace, you are the other random draw from the tracker sheet. I'm gonna need, and Karen, I know you just go ahead and resend me your either Venmo, PayPal, whatever, and I'll make sure my husband does that tonight. Y'all believe it or not, I have never sent a Venmo or PayPal or anything. My husband does it. So that's why when y'all have to wait on me sometimes, it's not me. I have no clue how to do it, but my husband does. I make sure he gets all the information. So those two, and then who gets the $50? Okay, who's excited about that? Wait a minute, I sent my thing over to Steph and Amber. Did y'all check the text messages?
No.
Y'all check your text message real quick before I announce. Okay, the random $50 winner from the call, and I'm making sure they're still on the call. Okay, y'all ready? Drum rolls. Is Cheryl Saul.
Hey girl, hey, 50 big ones coming your way.
I know she's on the call, but she's hello. Oh, she's texting us. All right, so Cheryl, same thing with you. Text me Venmo or PayPal, whatever. And you don't have to text. It could be through Facebook Messenger, whatever. But congratulations to the winners. Okay, anything else are y'all registered for convention? How many here's the deal now. I know that probably everybody on this call is registered for convention. I'm just gonna assume that. Okay, I want to see real quick before we get off, Amber, if you don't mind. I want to see real quick in the messages over here. How many are you bringing from your team? How many on your team are you bringing there? Here's the deal. Here's what I found out when I first started network marketing, first started with Plexus. When you first start doing something, and I'm talking in the essence of I'm a person on your team. Okay, I'm the little person that joined. I'm the VIP, or I'm the new brand ambassador. When I first joined myself, you feel like you're all alone doing this. And the only belief that you have is maybe what your sponsor's telling you or what's going in your ear in between your head. And a lot of times, what's it going on at home? Sometimes the spouses aren't as supportive. Sometimes your family's not as supportive, your siblings, your coworkers, and you have that negative feel. So then what the first thing you do is you encourage them to participate in a call like this. When they started participating in a call like this, their belief goes up in what they're doing. Their brain starts registering, oh, I'm not alone. I have other people doing this with me and they're in the same boat as I am. If you can do a live event where you actually meet with them, whether it's just you and them at a coffee shop or they get around somebody else in person, their belief goes up even more. But y'all, I can't even tell you what their belief does when you get them to convention. When they look around and there's thousands of people there and they see the excitement, their brain, it's like, okay, this is legit. I could care less. They turn off that negative voice that's going on around them or in their head, and they know this is real and they know they can do this. Their belief in themselves and what they're doing goes up. So I can only tell y'all and encourage you to get your team there. The event itself is going to encourage them to build the business. You don't have to then keep telling them. You don't have to I think you can do it. Girl, you're going to be diamond. I can see this. We're going to be in Hawaii together. You don't have to do it anymore. If you can get them to convention, they're going to believe it themselves. And then they're going to be wanting to pull people with them. So I want to see how many people are you taking from your team there, knowing that the convention itself is going to build their belief. Does that make sense? Am I being too dramatic for everybody? You're all looking at me like I'm a little crazy. Okay, so we see, Terry, you got your husband. Hey, if you can get your husband there, that's huge anyway, Terry. I'm telling you, a lot of times the biggest battle is the spouse that you live with. I'll admit, I married Mr. Wonderful, and I know not everybody did. Terry, I'm not fighting you about your husband, Terry Paxton. I know you have a good husband. Mine is amazing, but has always believed in me. But I know there's a lot of people out there that don't. Their husbands are a little negative. And I think if you can get them to convention as well, they'll if they're thinking, I don't know, sometimes they think I had one husband tell me one time, they're like, well, I thought it was like the 1960s Tupperware thing. No, this is gut health. We're on the edge of we've got this, see David getting your wife there. I'm telling you, she'll have a blast. And by the way, is anybody raise your hands? Is this your first convention that you're going to? See, David's wet. Okay, so David, you need to make sure y'all do all the things that we'll put in the comments. Like Amber and Jana and all of us will be like, hey, we're doing a meet and greet by here, or we're doing this. Y'all come. Don't just ignore us. Come, because it's like meeting new friends. And that way you're not feeling like you're by yourself. Come to all the things. I'm going to try to encourage y'all to get your people there. Amber, do you want to add to that?
Well, I want to encourage those of you, I see in the comments, some saying only one and it's my spouse. Well, Sunday's saying, yo, that's a really big deal. And I saw Ashley post, she thinks her husband likes it more than she does, loves convention. My husband loves convention. and loves seeing all of his other guy friends that are there. Loves hearing, yeah, he's over here. Loves hearing all the new stuff Plexus is coming out with. He absolutely loves it, and it really does change your belief. So even if it's your spouse, here's what I want you to do is go into convention envisioning a double jewel household. There's so many couples that do that. So picture that's what I picture. That's what we long for. Picture your spouse doing this with you and really catching the fire with you. And I promise you, it's a lot of fun. If those of you that have been to convention for a while, whether it's your spouse or just a first time ambassador, it's a lot of fun seeing convention through their eyes for the first time, and like watching them watch convention can be a lot of fun. Watching them catch the belief. I think Stephanie commented on here that it was her spouse. Excuse me. Nothing makes me feel more intelligent than when I choke on my own spit. Sorry. That it was her spouse who, like, a Plexus event helped him catch the vision. Amy Triplett would tell you the same thing. So, and I'm just so excited. It's going to be in Nashville. Nashville's awesome, you guys. We're going to have an absolute blast. We are going to do a meet and greet, a get together with our team. We want to see all of you. It's so much more fun, not just seeing you on a little box on a computer screen, but seeing you live and in persons and hugging your necks and seeing your faces. So I absolutely love that. So we'll go ahead and I guess close this out for now. Sunday, you got anything else? Stephanie? Well, let's go ahead and close out in a word of prayer. And just thank you guys for being on. We're going to continue these great calls. We've got some awesome stuff coming in March. I see Stephanie smiling and Sunday smiling because we know a little bit what it is. So get excited. We've got some great things coming for our team calls in March, and we will get that information out to you guys really, really soon. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this night. Lord, thank you for Gene. Thank you for his heart. Thank you for his love for Plexus. Thank you for his love for people. And just how he just seems to just fit right into this role at corporate. Lord, we thank you for that. Lord, we pray tonight for Steve. God, we pray over his body. I pray that, Lord, you will just step into that hospital room, and Lord, just please help everything to just work correctly, for there to be no complications, for everything from the surgery just to continue to heal. Lord, that they will be able to get home sooner rather than later. I thank you that mom and dad were able to be out there. But Lord, we just thank you for the doctors and the nurses and for all that they did to get this done, Lord. And we just pray over his health and over his body tonight, Lord. I pray that you will give both of them, Jan and Steve, both some sleep tonight. God, I know they're so tired. Lord Jesus, we love you, God. I thank you for this team. I thank you for the heart of this team and for how much this team loves people and how much this team loves you. Lord Jesus, we love you. In your name we pray. Amen. You guys, thanks for bearing with me as I'm in witness protection. We'll be home in like 2 hours and I'm so excited. We were so relaxed on this cruise. And then we got the news about Steve and it kind of amped everything up. So now I'm just ready to be home. So we are almost home. Hallelujah. But you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And we will see you guys same time, same place next Monday night. See ya.